from my point of view, it's to do with sitting on the fence. I've been accused of sitting on the fence. Right, Gary?
People on the ESMB board have said that.
Even Gary himself. We've had a few discussions about this. My point of view is that I like to hold all points of view. I want to see what this person says, what that person says. Everybody has the right to their own point of view, and I would like to hear all of it and use my own judgment and my own awareness and perception and my own experience in a way to come to my own decision on what I think about it. So I call this pan-determinism. It's like a panorama where you're panning and looking at all. You're getting the big picture. That's what I'm interested in. I want to see all of it, not just my own tunnel vision of what I want to see. I want to get it all. I want to learn everything, understand everything. I'm constantly learning and growing. And I have had some bad comments, negative, much lower toned comments off my first videos. So if you can tell, I'm being much more conservative on this one and a little bit angry about it because I was very happy to be bubbly and sexy and dynamic. I thought that's pretty good for an old broad, almost 65 years old. By the way, I don't know any other woman my age that still surfs. And I do go surfing in Malibu in the summer. I have my longboard and I give free surf lessons to anyone that would like to join me. I'm a hot shot. I'm a goofy footer, for one thing. You may not know what that means, but it means I'm unique and different in the world of surfing. My world of surfing actually began 55 years ago. I'm still in this club, in this surf culture, and it is quite grand. So there. So sitting on the fence, I'm looking on all sides of the fence. I refuse to be opposed to anything because I always want to keep learning and hearing the other points of view, even politically, even religiously, everything. I really enjoy learning and growing. Is that all right, Gary?
I think this is a good trait. I mean,
do you understand me better now?
Yeah, I mean, it's admirable to see all sides of all views on a point and then decide what you...
Well, yeah. Sorry to cut you off, but L. Ron Hubbard did have his bad days. Yes, we all know this. He also did some mistakes, as we all do, and he also learned as he went along, I'm sure, by all the things that he was experiencing, probably for the first time himself. And I have to grant him the beingness, as I would with anyone, that you grow and you learn and you take responsibility for your actions. I don't know, I don't want to keep justifying things, but I just don't have a whole hell of a lot of bad things to say about Ron. It's not that it was there and I didn't see it. Hello, it didn't happen yet. I was gone. You know why I was gone? From 1970? Because I was aware of what was going on. I couldn't do anything about it. I didn't agree with it. I was in disagreement to the group. And some of the behavior, you know, you plant the seeds, you know what's going to grow. You know what will take root. And this dynamic, third dynamic, has to clear itself. You can't point the blame at one person and he's dead. He can't even defend himself anymore. So hell, excuse me for my French, but I still perceive that we are all responsible. Those in the church, those out of the church, those long gone. And we're all party to this. It is almost something bigger than all of us. You could call it the monster that we all created, which we all do need to confront and help release those from bondage. Or it's the elephant in the center of the room that no one can see. but we're all in agreement with this thing. So I guess that's about all I can say about it. I'm still skirting around the issue. I do perceive in my space and time when I was on the ship that L. Ron Hubbard was very much being in the present moment, dealing with the elements when it was necessary. He, as far as I could see, for the 4 years I was involved, he was granting beingness to everyone around him to do the best that they could do. He expected very much more from a lot of the people on the ship when I was there in 1969, I guess, than they were able to deal with. This is on the third dynamic, the group dynamic. And nope, I'm still going off in my little rambling. Sorry about this. Maybe we'll edit this out. Maybe we won't. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, trying to see what I'm really trying to say here. Phil Spickler. I don't know the man. I met him a few times. He was a client of mine. I honor and I respect the communication that he's delivering on the videos that Tatiana has been making of him, because each of us has our own points of view. I believe that Phil Spickler thinks highly of Ron. He was with Ron in the early days in the 50s. He has a lot more things to say. He was a lot more in touch with Hubbard, the originator of Scientology, than I was. I was in touch with Hubbard, who was the originator of the Sea Organization, out on a ship, out in the ocean. We had different days. It was a different game when I was involved. And Hubbard, everything I read in the orders of the day, Hubbard was trying to focus on technology. He was case supervising folders. He wasn't really seeming interested in all these other things going on. He wasn't into rumor and bias and all this stuff. He was very, very focused. And one of my jobs as Tony Dunleavy's communicator was that I read about 6 different newspapers every day, and I cut out newspaper clippings of articles I thought that Ron and Mary Sue Hubbard would find interesting. So one of my communications from Hubbard was that every day I sent up a whole stack of newspaper clippings with a nice note on the top, and I get back the stack with the note the next day, following morning, by Hubbard with his comments or Mary Sue's comments saying how much they liked this one or that one. And that was a nice daily communication that we had. So he was staying in touch with current events on the planet. And but things on board the ship, I still find it hard to believe that Hubbard himself was ordering every single little item on the ship. This is what I'm trying to get to. The total source case. I'm sorry, I don't think it was Hubbard. I think he's granting beingness for everyone involved with their cases and everything to be responsible and do their job. That's what I saw. That's my experience. I could be wrong, but I believe that while I was on the ship, I was not in a Pollyanna state. I was in a heightened state of awareness. I did do OT3 expanded on the ship. I was the first one through, and I was very much in favor of paying attention to everything I could see. No, I did not try to hide from Hubbard my affair with Alan Walter. No, that was from Neville Chamberlain, who I was engaged to at the time, and I did not want it to get out in the orders of the day. So I was doing a clandestine affair, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Secret.
It made it much more exciting. And Alan was just a wonderful person. Hubbard was not on my second dynamic. Is that clear? Is that clear enough? He had no business with it. So, of course, I wasn't even withholding it from him. There you have it. Thank you.